Hello, keyboard people using Akai Advanced 61 with VIP. Took me a while to figure out how this stuff works, but I'm going to show you VIP. Just some of the basics so you're not so confused by what you're seeing. This is the main screen of VIP. On the left, you have a search box. You have a list of every sound that's in your database. And that's from every plugin that you have. And then all of those sounds, and you could scroll through these indefinitely. Well, not indefinitely, until you get to 4,693. This is how you choose individual sounds. Since there are so many sounds, it helps to be able to dial it down to just the plugin you want, or the instrument type, or the timbre, or the style or articulation of the instrument. Let's go to this, and we're going to sort by name. Now, this is preference. You can sort however you want. And let's say I want to find a piano. So I'll come up here and I'll search for piano. And look, what happens is VIP takes the search term piano and it filters out everything in the list that has the word piano in it. And it also adjusts all of the tags. These tags tell you what category each sound falls in. So Grand Piano A complete. Grand Piano A complete. If I click on it, it loads, and in the right-hand side, you see that Grand Piano A complete is part of 88.2. You know that because of the check mark. If you come over here to instrument, the check mark next to piano is checked. That just tells you that it's a piano sound. In the timbre, nothing's checked. And nothing is checked in articulation or style. So the only tags that we see for this sound is piano. And how tags work is simple. If you want to find all piano sounds very quickly, all you need to do is go to the tag piano and click it. There are 254 sounds out of those 4,600 that have piano tagged on it. And that gives me a quick way to dial down to just piano sounds. If I click percussion without clicking piano, it's going to be looking at both. These are toggle switches, so it's either on or off, right? Piano is on or it's off, right? So let's say we wanted to look at all of the 88.2 sounds. There's 107. Click on 88.2. This list sorts the way you've sorted it up here by name, but it only pulls up the 88.2 sounds. Now, inside of 88.2, they're categorized and they're tagged in certain ways. So there's 103 are pianos. Well, naturally, because 88.2 is a piano plugin. So there's 103 that are tagged as piano, but only 16 have been tagged with bass. So if I wanted to address only 88.2, then I want to pick out only the ones that have bass attached to it. I would click on bass. So now these two toggles being on cause this list to reduce down to 16. So now I have those to choose from. Okay? So that is simply the easiest way to dial down to what you want. You want a punchy sound? Out of all your 4,600 sounds, click on punchy. You've got 1,749 to choose from. Now you want those to be bass? Click on bass. It drops you down to 477 total. You want it to be an arpeggiator? Click on arpeggios. Now we've only got 31 options that are bass, punchy arpeggios. Turn that back off and we can go jump to chords. There's only 7 options that are bass, punchy with chords. Okay? Hopefully you're following along with how this toggles on and off. Now, if you click on, say, Filthy, it's going to load and it's going to show you that Filthy is part of Vacuum Pro, but it's also been tagged as soft, warm, ambient, chords, classic, dance, electronic, hip-hop, house, and that looks like about it. Oh, and clean and airy. Basically, this means that if we click on clean, filthy will remain in that list because it's tagged with clean. If we click on hip hop, look, it's still there. It's still part of the list because that's where the tags are. If I determine that filthy needs a new tag and we want to add a tag to it, you can simply click the tag, and now not only will it be clean, hip hop, house, pads, but now I'm considering it orchestral. This allows me to customize how the instruments are tagged. Of course, I don't want to do that because it's not orchestral, but that just gives you an idea how you can organize. Okay, so we've got a sound. Let me go to 88. I'll uncheck these. So now I'm reset. I'm addressing all of my sounds. Click on 88 too, and I'll just pick a grand piano A complete. Okay, once this is loaded, I'm able to now adjust the parameters of that sound, and that this controls through bank A, B, C, and D. D doesn't have anything on this sound, but it has all of these different parameters, and these are mapped to your keyboard's knobs, or I can just use the mouse to adjust those parameters here. But that will change the sound on the fly and help you customize it to the way you need it to be. And then you can save that instance, and it will be permanent. Another thing to note here is you've got this keyboard panel, and this is basically a map of the front of the keyboard. You have your wheels, your keyboard, you've got all your pads, and the notes that they fire, and then you have a keyboard you can test. So you can hear what it sounds like without having to have the keyboard in front of you. I'm assuming you're connected to the keyboard. Okay, the next little icon over here is the open-close multi-panel. Because we've selected one sound, there's always going to be one sound in the first channel here. And this has 8 options. You can put up to 8 sounds layered in many different configurations. Right now, all we have is the piano, but if we wanted to add another sound, such as, let's say, something that's a choir or an airy sound, what we can do is click on this next channel, this next layered channel, and I can go back and I can uncheck piano, uncheck 8088, and maybe I want to just find something that's airy. And that pulls up one of 932 sounds. And let's do airy and maybe atmospheric. Now we're down to 362. Only one pluck, only one trill. Okay, let's say it wants to be strings. So now we have fairy tale pad. Let's pick that. Because I've clicked on this and had this second channel selected, VIP automatically puts that into the second channel. So now when I play the keyboard, I have both sounds. Right? And so on and so forth. So I can continue to add and continue to add. At this point, what I've done is I've created a layered sound, a layered patch, that I can save as a multi. So this setup here becomes a multi, and it does so when I click this box right here. The first time I click it, it saves the multi. It's a brand new multi. Once I've saved it, I have to right-click it to save as a new sound. So this could be a template. You could create a template with a piano and a pad, and then add in other sounds, and then perhaps save as, and then continue to save as, and create new sounds over and over again. So what I'll do is I'll hit save, and you'll notice right here it prompts you to name the sound. So we'll name this Fairy Tale Piano. Now, I would probably name this after the song that it's designed to play. Or if there's a generic set or a generic sound or generic multi that you want to create for, perhaps you have an organ and a piano in most of the songs you play, and you don't want a multi that's specifically for one song. Just create a multi that works for you and then use it across multiple songs. So Fairy Tale Piano, that's saved. Now on your screen on the keyboard, you're going to see this at the top, and you're also going to see all these sounds in the multi when you press the multi button. So that's the basics of setting up a multi and saving it. Once you do that, you can create a set list for the gig that you're doing, And we could say coffee shop gig Monday. If I could only spell correctly. Rename. Monday. Right? And now our multis, if we clear out our instruments, we want to clear this out. And we're gonna click on multis, so we're only showing the ones that we've created. Fairy Tale Piano is in our multis now, so if I go back to set list, I can drag, make sure I'm on the set I want. I can drag this, and this is the first song in my set, and I can dial through that on the screen of the VIP or of the Akai Advanced 61 very simply, and select it on the fly. I can also use Ableton Live to trigger program change, which will move through the set list on an automated basis, or using foot pedal or trigger, or a launch pad trigger, or any trigger basically. And this is now anything that you do to this multi, all of the instrument settings, the effects, all of these settings here, when you save this multi, will be saved with the set list. And so it's pretty efficient. And yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But this was my kind of discovery time for VIP, and figuring out how this actually works, how to navigate it, how to not get lost, how to clear out things and reset them, so I know what I'm doing. Instruments, plugins, set list, learning how to navigate these menus. So just play around with it. Remember that these toggle. If you've got one of these on and you can't figure out why your sounds aren't showing up, you've only got 100 sounds, it's because something over here is tagged and toggled and filtered out. So brass, 166 sounds. Well, where are the rest of my sounds? Well, uncheck that and you're going to have all these sounds. And that's basically how you navigate VIP. All right, thanks for watching.